In section 1.6, we're going to use the skills that we've learned in previous sections, and we're going to solve word problems. Now, the book offers a strategy, and there are several ways of doing this, but probably this is the one where they're trying to make you think about how to structure them if you can figure them out on your own. So I'm just going to go over the steps using example 1. The first step says identify the variable, and usually the variable is going to be the one that is on the question. So in this problem, the question says, how many miles did she drive? So I'm going to call x the number of miles that she drives. I don't know still what the problem is about, but I identify the variable, and then keeping that in mind, I'm going to read the rest of the problem. So step 2 says translate from words to algebra. So whatever they say about the number of miles she drives, instead of using a particular number, I'm going to use x because I still don't know how many miles she drives. It says a car rental company charges $30 a day and 15 cents a mile for renting a car. Helen rents a car for 2 days, and her bill comes to $108. So right off the bat, I know that renting the car for 2 days makes me want to pay 2 times those $30. So there is no question about it. I pay $60 just for having the car for 2 days. And then it says 50 cents for every mile, or 50 cents a mile. So those 50 cents I have to multiply by the number of miles she drives. So I'm going to multiply those 50 cents by x. A very common mistake, you will be tempted to put 15x. However, if we're talking about dollars, 15 cents is not 15. It would be 0.15. I have to make sure that the units are consistent all along the equation. So I pay the $60 for the 2 days, and I pay for whatever number of miles I want to drive. So adding these two together is going to give me the total bill, which is $108. Isn't that easy? Number 3 says set up the model, and we actually, while we were translating, we were setting up the model, so I can consider that step 2 and 3 were done at once, which is fine. I don't know how you could translate this problem without setting up a natural equation. So let's just use method Bustillos, where we merge 2 and 3. And number 4 says solve the equation and check your answer. So the only thing I have to do is try to simplify before I can solve. I know what is double of 30. So if you are very fast with your equations, you can skip this part until problem 2, because I'm pretty sure that solving this equation will not be a mystery to you. But if you enjoy my voice, then you can hear to the rest of the steps for solving this equation. I'm going to subtract 60 both sides, and then I have 48, and then I'm going to divide both sides by 0.15. So x is 320. Now that we have solved the equation, and then we need to answer like English speaker people. So this is mathematical. The only thing you have to do now is write your answer in a complete sentence. Nobody says that you have to explain your reasoning or anything like that, but just communicate in a successful manner. So how many miles did she drive? She drives 320 miles. It may seem simple, but with this sentence you're actually acknowledging the fact that you know what you have found, and it's not that you follow steps without thinking. Okay, so let's get ready for example 2. With example 2, we have to jot down some ideas before writing the equation. So in this case, it is necessary for you to translate before you set up the equation. So it says Mary inherits $100,000 and invests in 2 certificates of deposit. One certificate pays 6% and the other pays 4.5% simple interest annually. If Mary's total interest is $5,025 per year, how much money is invested at each rate? So let me just underline this information per year. So this is how much she's making out of her investments. So really, the formulas that you may have learned about interest do not apply here because you're only looking at 1 year and you're only looking at simple interest. So what does that mean to have a certificate that pays 6%? This is what it means. If you invest $1, then what you have in your bank account is $1 plus 6 cents. Okay. 6% if you're paying taxes, in Connecticut 6.35, but before we used to pay 6%, and you were to get dollar McBurger or whatever that's called, you didn't pay $1. You don't never pay $1 for any dollar item. You pay $1.06, and it's because for every dollar you pay, you have to pay 6 cents extra. So this certificate that pays 6%, for every dollar you invest, you get 6 cents. So the same reasoning, if you are investing $10, then you'll get 60 cents, and so on. For every $100, you are getting $6 back. Okay, 6%, 6 parts out of 100. Okay, that's all it means. So for every $100 that Mary invests, she's gonna get $6. So on the other hand here, for every $100 that she invests, she's gonna get $4.50 at the end of the year. Okay, so I can ask you how many groups of $100 you have in this amount, and then you'll figure out how many groups of $6 she gets, and then how many groups of $4.50 she gets. But the thing is, it cannot be done because you really don't know how much she's investing in each certificate. You only know that total she has this much money, and then each certificate makes this money. So the problem needs algebra in order to be solved, and there is no way around it. So let's talk about the money that she invests using the 6% certificate. Okay, so I'm gonna call that money X. So naturally, the money that she invests using the other certificate, you can call it Y or you can call it any letter. However, you know that both amounts add up to 100,000. So it is easier for me to keep it using the variable X rather than adding another variable. So if the money she invests in one certificate is X, whatever is left over is 100,000 minus X. Because when you add these two amounts, you get 100,000. You notice that? Okay, but this is not what equals 5,025. 5,025 is smaller than 100,000. This 5,025 comes from the interest that she gains after investing these two certificates. So I have to get the interest that she gets back at 6%. Interest she gets back. So let's figure this out. If you're investing $1, you get 6 cents. If you are investing X dollars, you're gonna get 6 cents times whatever dollars you invest. Sorry about that. Okay. So again, if you invest $1, you get 6 cents. If you invest $2, you get double of 6 cents. If you invest $3, you get triple of 6 cents. If you invest X dollars, you get 6 cents multiplied by whatever number of dollars you invested there. So the same idea here, the interest that she gets back at 4.5%. If she's investing this amount, then I'm going to have to multiply by 0.045. Because if she invests under this certificate $1, she's getting 4.5 cents. So if she's investing $2, then it's 2 times 4.5 cents. If she invests $3, then it's 3 times this amount of cents. So if she invests this quantity, then the interest she gets back is that quantity multiplied by 4.5 cents. Okay, and then that's it. We know that what she makes from both certificates, adds up to 5,025. So let's just set up that equation. 6 cents for every dollar she invests plus 4.5 cents for every dollar she invests equals $5,025. And now we just have to solve that equation. Since I have to solve for x, I can't isolate the x because it's present here and it's present over here inside these parentheses. So that is giving me a hint that I have to distribute before I want to solve for x. So this term stays the same. And then I have to multiply 100,000 by this amount. So that means I have to move the decimal 5 times. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then 2 times more. That creates 2 zeros. Minus 0.045x equals 5,025. Nothing has happened on the right side. Now I'm free to combine like terms. And that would be 6 cents minus 4.5 cents. That would be 1.5 cents. Oh, I still have the 4,500. 25. And now I'm going to subtract by 4,500 each side. And then I get the term with x by itself. And then I have, 525. And then I divide both sides by 1.5 cents. And then I get 35,000. Okay, so this is going back to our setup, and this is why it's important that you define your variables. We called X the amount that she invested in the 6% certificate. So our answer is going to be she invested and 6% certificate, $35,000, and in the 4.5% certificate, how much? How do we figure this out? Well, remember that she had 100,000 altogether. So 100,000 minus 35,000, that's $65,000.